Ah, okay.
Hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley.
Eat it. Eat the bucket. What?
The bucket destroyer until you crush that damn.
I can't give it the bucket.
The fans are waiting. Do it for fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and.
Huh. No weird intro this time. What's going on, guys? It's your favorite mold here, Moldy Milk, and today we're back playing the Stanley Parable 2. Now, I'm not entirely sure how much more of this game we're gonna do. If it's all just like grab bucket, get the same ending with bucket, and it's slightly different, then we might like call it a series and just like be done with it. And maybe this episode or next episode, we'll see. But I am excited to see if we can get any new unique endings. I'm sure you are too. So without further ado, let's get into it, baby. Also, I'm curious what this epilogue button is, so I'm gonna click that. Epilogue. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, is this a continuation of... Oh, this is kind of cool. So this is a continuation of when we skipped time for so long that the narrator just got, like... I assume he's still alive. He's just a sentient voice in my head, I think, canon. Or that's the canon. Okay, nice little campfire. Sit by the fire. Come on, guys. Gather by the fire. Gather by the fire. Let's do this. I just want to tell you guys that you guys are amazing. I hope you're doing well. If you're not, my prayers are with you. Just vibing by the fire. You guys got any campfires? Okay. No stories, I guess. Oh. We're getting in the sea of sand and chairs. What is an office or a cubicle? Why do I work on 95? And as he thought all these questions in his mind, he realized that none of it mattered, as he was in a desolate wasteland with no water. Stanley wandered through the... wait. Stanley wandered through the desolate wasteland. Oh, that keeps cutting. How? Yo, Stanley, my guy. Where did you find wood for that campfire? Wait, what are those white things? You see those? What is that? Well, you saw it? Maybe? Maybe not? Oh, wait. We found his memory zone. Wait, what is that, though? What is that, though? What is this? I already know what's in there. What's that? Is that the elevator pod? No chance that's the elevator pod. Oh. Oh my goodness. Wait. I have the bucket now. Let's go. Honestly, almost was tempted to not even grab the bucket to see what ending I would get originally without it, but I think it intended me to grab the bucket. I'm wondering if this is just going to be like a desolate wasteland of all the endings I've gotten. Although we've gotten more than this, so maybe not. Oh, it's getting kind of weird. Going down into the unknown. Oh my goodness, what is that? Oh no, Cookie Nine's blog. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teamed with originality, Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinitely deep hole? Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1? Like the adventure line. Instead, we get uninspired side quest collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting. A welcome reprieve from boringness, I would assume he was going to say. Although, that can't even be a real blog. For many reasons. Number one, how would he put that in the game if that came out after the game was released? And two, you actually did get something. You basically got something for collecting all the figurine or the figlies because of like all the freaking. The reward, it would be content, and the content is the narrator speaking to us. Right now, technically, we're actually. I guess we're getting.
Jim.
Oh no, Jim. I guess we're getting a form of content. It's just without the narrator. Also, look at this bucket. Like, did they like only program this bucket to have Unreal Engine 5 enabled? Like, what the frick? Hey, I'm not Jim anymore, so that button means nothing to me. Stanley Parable developers, no more spin-offs, no more sequels. When the Stanley Parable launched to massive success in 2013, its creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise. But a disastrous critical and commercial reception to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in the press release they published today. It's clear that more Stanley Parable is just not what the fans want. We thought that we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out this could not have been further from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game and to stop assaulting fans with their reckless and insulting creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. There are the figlies. How many am I going to collect now? Bro, how many am I going to collect throughout the entirety of the game? Because, we're like still sitting at 18. 26, bro. It's just going to keep going up. We're going to end up getting like 600 or something like that. Oh. Hello again. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developers said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also really need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead. Try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. Scary water. Confirm. The Stanley Parable 3. Scary water. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say as well. Let's do it! Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright, there. The achievement machine is all fixed. You see, I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. It is 9:48 at the time of this video. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. The Stanley Parable 3, Scary Water. Well, that was fun. I guess let's actually play the game now? Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So, there is 2 endings that I know I want to get. They're the same ending, but one with the bucket, one without. Is this the same thing again? Let's check this out really quick, actually. I'm curious. Oh, wait. But he said that he fixed the Free and easy achievement. He said that he fixed this. I want to go check this out. Alright, let's see if it works. Let's go! He did!
See, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement? Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago.
Oh, let's go. That's so cool.
Is someone here? Are we being watched?
Wait, so who's in the computer?
Oh, God.
What?
Composure? Composure.
Okay.
Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe.
Okay. I assume that's the only thing that changed about this ending?
He had simply missed a memo.
So, in the original game, in Stanley Parable 1, there was
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
this way.
he entered
There was
the
an
door on his
ending
left.
where you go through the boss's office and then escape. But when you did that, it gave you
Yet there was
basically
not
a
a single
museum
person
of
here
like
either.
all the
Feeling
endings.
a
I'm
wave of
curious if that's still
disbelief,
there.
Stanley walked
All right,
straight ahead
so
through the
let's
large
go
door
through
that
the
read Mind
escape
Control
route.
Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Yes, yes, I am quite aware.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
True enough.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yep. To destiny. The end is loading. Here we go.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that
Dude,
his life
oh,
had been
this
of no
ending is
consequence
so
whatsoever.
crazy, though.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
Wow.
So he
Wow.
resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No! Oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator,
Down,
as
down,
Stanley
down,
was
down.
led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant,
Stanley was obliterated.
as the
I
machine
love her
crushed
accent so
every
much.
bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Alright. If you haven't seen that ending yet, it's just... When I
And
first
yet
got that,
would
it
be
was
just a few minutes
crazy.
before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Yeah, that ending shook me up. I thought I was gonna die, then I got, like, saved, and then, like, now there's this woman narrator. I'm excited to see what the bucket does, though.
Every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance. Death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. It's a museum that basically shows everything in the game. Like, all the buttons, the doors, everything. And so I was curious if there would be... Like, if there's a way to see new endings. The lounge. That was the concept art for the lounge. Anthou Elias. Proposition partner. I am Anthony Elias, business... Oh. Hi, Mr. Narrator Guy. I have a question for you, sir. And it is, what is your message for today? Sincerely, Harris. There is a skeleton inside you. There are more skeletons in this world than humans. Thanks and goodbye. True! I am Stanley. Are you spying on me? I do not... Why? How? Alright, well, let's come back here with the bucket and see if it changes anything or shows us any new endings.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both
Stanley and the bucket. So it has changed. Everything's changed. I don't even know why I'm surprised, but I'm not really surprised.
Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Alright, we're back. Let's see if this bucket changes anything.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be.
Wow.
To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death?
True.
This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
They even got her
In
back?
a single
Dude.
visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
Only the bucket's life? What about my life? Did I live?
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but
Oh,
this
it is
one stood
different.
above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Oh no, my bucket's gone. Welcome. Welcome. Oh, the bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You are standing on the precipice of knowledge, but okay, I don't really want to read all that.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own?
That is not 25 buckets.
Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket
That's
is
the infinite
far
hole?
more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
So there's the infinite hole, a bucket with two handles, and a picture of more than 25 buckets, and it says in 25 buckets. Inferno bucket, okay. The stress bucket.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
The hanging bucket. Oh, and then I toss myself into the infinite abyss. Oh, no. Oh. I grabbed the bucket.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Be the leader, bucket. You are now a deity. But I have to begin the game again because it just sits in a black screen forever.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door. Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Oh, what the?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it.
True.
Don't you want another story involving the adventure line? We could make the adventure line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Who was driving that truck?
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then.
It's
Let's
so
do it for the
good.
fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
What? My bucket?
Don't
I
forget
just
it,
let the
Stanley.
bucket become a
We need
god,
to get rid
so...
of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket
Destroyer?
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
Insert bucket to
Go
destroy.
ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
I don't want to.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this.
No!
Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is...
Okay!
Now we have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley
Eat it!
Parable
Eat the
characters,
bucket!
the adventure line,
What?
or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn
I
bucket.
can't
Quickly
give it the
now,
bucket!
The fans are waiting. Do it for fans, Stanley.
The
Give the
bucket!
fans what they want. Hurry and... The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
It was beautiful, narrator. Truly beautiful. What the heck? I think what I'll probably do is just keep recording Stanley Parables, like, videos, and I might just, like, upload the best one. I don't know. If it keeps being super entertaining, you guys keep liking it, then we'll just keep doing it until it's over, because obviously there is a lot to this game. Can you not, like, play pinball on my phone, please? Thank you. Siri? Alright, well, that's going to be where we end it today. Alright, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of the Stanley Parable 3 Scary Water Edition. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please strongly consider subscribing and liking the video. And as always, stay moldy. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.